Okay, so this is going to be a muscle up tutorial. Now the muscle up is a great explosive plyometric exercise that you can incorporate into your workouts. The movement itself is broken up into two parts. The first part is a strong and explosive pull-up, and the second part is a dip. Now this tutorial itself is going to be broken up to three parts. In the first part, I'm going to go over some of the preliminary strengths and exercises that will be helpful but not necessarily required to perform a muscle up. In the second part, I will go over some of the progressions and tips that can help you achieve a muscle up. Finally, for the third part, for those of you who already have a muscle up, I'm going to be going over the more advanced gymnastic style muscle up that's slow and without momentum. Now, in order to perform a muscle up, you should be able to do at least one dip and be able to perform about 10 pull-ups with relative ease. I would not suggest trying the muscle up without these prerequisites. And by the prerequisites, you can already tell that the hardest part of the movement is the pull, which requires a very strong back. Now, specifically, the part of your back that you're going to be using is your lats, your latissimus dorsi, which translated from Latin literally means the broadest or biggest muscle of the back. Therefore, most of the exercise I'll be going over will be focused at increasing the strength level of your back. Now, one of the great exercises you can use is the lat pull down. The lat pull down can be found in just about any gym. So to give you an idea of my strength level when I first started doing muscle ups, I was doing at about 6 to 8 reps, controlled reps, at about 120 to 130% of my body weight, which was 190 pounds. So, for the pull downs, you want to keep your back straight, bring the bar to your collarbone or chest if you can, and try not to swing at the top of the movement. Also, you want to really try and squeeze and mentally remind yourself that you're squeezing your lats at the end of this movement. If you don't have access to a gym, you can always try doing weighted pull-ups with a weighted belt and attach weights to it. If you have dumbbells at home, you can also try putting dumbbells in between your legs or holding with your feet and doing weighted pull-ups that way. If you don't have any form of weights, you can always fill a backpack with books and weigh yourself down that way to increase your strength level for pull-ups. If you don't have any of that, go find a tree branch outside and weigh yourself down with rocks. Remember to always stretch before working out, especially for the muscle up in particular, where you want to stretch out your lats and your shoulders. Now, when you're first learning muscle up, it's okay to kip or use some momentum just so you can get the feel of the movement. But as you progress, try to eliminate any swinging or kipping. You want to imagine that you're trying to press yourself over the bar with your lats as opposed to just pulling straight up vertically. It's also important to remember that this is a fast and explosive movement, so try to really explode upwards as much as you can over the bar. Now, one of the tips that really helped me when I was trying to learn the muscle up is that what you can do is you take a step back, and instead of just grabbing the bar normally, you jump towards the bar. As you jump onto the bar, your body is going to swing forward, and then it's going to come back. And as you are coming back, you want to use that momentum of your backswing to aid you in doing your muscle up. Now, the first progression that really helped me is the one-arm muscle up, where you pull up onto the bar one at a time. In this case, it's much easier because you only have to bring one arm up, and then once that arm is up, you can bring the secondary one. So for this, you just really want to concentrate on pulling hard with one side and getting that first arm over. Once you can do that, the second one is not very difficult to bring up. Just remember that when you're doing this, you want to always switch arms and work both of your arms evenly. So if you're going up with your left the first time, go up with your right the second time. Now, once you're able to do about five reps of these with little swing or kip, you can begin to attempt the muscle up with both arms at the same time. Now, it's going to feel a little different transitioning between the movements, but just try to keep in mind that instead of focusing on pulling over with one arm, you're now trying to pull over with both. Now, that may seem obvious, but it's something that helps when you're trying to transition into the two-arm muscle up. When you first try it and when you're first transitioning from that one arm muscle up to both arms, you may want to use a little extra swing or a little extra kip with your legs. Once you start getting the hang of these, though, it's really just a matter of reducing the swing and eventually the kip as well to make them cleaner. Now, in terms of training, I would train my muscle ups on my back days as warm-ups. I would usually do about 3 sets of the progression that I could at that point before going on to my actual workout. In order to proceed to the slow gymnastic style muscle up, you should be able to do about 5 momentum driven muscle ups with as little momentum as possible. Now the important thing to note here is the hand positioning. Instead of gripping the bar normally, the wrists must be placed over the bar in what is called the false grip position. Now this allows your hands to be in the correct position for when you're transitioning into that dip. Note that this applies a great deal of pressure on the wrists and can be quite painful, so be prepared for that. Now this is usually performed by gymnasts to get into the correct position for their routines. And that concludes this muscle up tutorial. If you found this tutorial helpful and you want to help me win the competition, please like the video. If you would like me to make more tutorials, leave a comment in the comment section and subscribe. I'll see what I can do.